so we were chatting last night, and Kath shared a story with us about a friend who had a doctor's appointment, I think it was, Kathy?
Yeah, it's like a televisit, a telemedicine visit.
Yeah, we were just talking about, Zoom conferencing and all that stuff and maybe speaking to relatives and so on. And
framing a shot.
Yeah, framing a shot.
So that you're seen.
My mom she's always laying down when I talk to her, and she holds, I guess, we have a thing called the gram pad, which is like an iPad, and she holds it down low. And so I always get this shot going up. It looks like a looming, intimidating camera angle, but she only frames in part of her chin, and that's all that I see. So we're all coping with different.
Yeah, you love them, and obviously the grandpad has been a godsend. But you would like to see the full face of the woman who gave birth to you.
But listen to this. So Kathy's friend had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, she had a doctor's appointment, and it was, over the computer. And so she just assumed they would be like chatting and talking about, I guess, whatever it is the checkup was for.
What kind of doctor is this?
So the doctor was with her gynecologist.
Oh, okay.
And so she was trying to explain something to her. And finally, at one point, the gynecologist said, you know what, you're going to have to show me.
Oh, my God.
And so she took her pants off and straddled the computer.
Oh, my
Preston,
God.
though, she was at work.
I was like, wait, back up. I was like, what? You had to show her? And she was like, yeah. She's like, listen, I've been going to her for years. So it was okay. It was fine. So I even texted my neighbor who's a gynecologist, and I said, do you do this with your patients? And she's like, well, no, we don't. But she's like, I guess some people do.
Well, okay, so so with televisits have become a thing, and the discussion is if this is going to be something. Dr. Mike seems to think it's going to be
ongoing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I
to be
really
honest,
do.
If you can just go, I have this rash on my arm instead of driving across.
Here's your copay now. Call in my prescription.
Call it in. You got this.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you can clear waiting rooms and stuff for people with more serious things, that's a positive.
Listen, there was it was more in the thick of COVID when things were a little bit more touchy, and not that it's gotten any better, but our fear of it was a little bit stronger a little while back, and so I had a teleconference with a specialist whom I would regularly go into the waiting room and wait minimum hour and a half past my appointment schedule, and this one. Right on time, done deal, in and out. It was so easy to do.
If you can do it now
I had to show him my butthole. But other than that, it was okay. Now
hold it up there. Yeah. But I would say this then, right? If you're going to call your gyno, and this is the one who is. Maybe call on your phone for ease of use. So you can hold it down, right, Preston? Because it's harder to put your iMac up to your cooter,
right? Oh, my God.
I mean, to me.
I think it was just jumped over it. And
I'm not going to ask what was the issue, but did it get it done? Was it, oh, yeah, I see it right there. Yeah, it looks like Idaho.
Oh, right. I don't know. I didn't go further into the conversation. I was just shocked that.
How did that get in there?
She actually had to do that.
Steve, like anything else that we've seen in COVID times, we've seen some industries have had a boom because there's now demand, maybe like at-home stirrups and stuff like that.
Why not? Yeah, absolutely.
Could end up being an industry.
Time for my appointment.
Absolutely. You know what you do? Just take the Casey, you're a cyclist. Just get on your bike and put them up on the handlebars.
You could do that.
Hang on a second. I want to go to Carl. Carl, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, what up, oranges? Oh, wait, no, you're triangles.
Wait a minute. What was that from?
What is that from?
It was me.
When Casey was talking about that dumb Cracker Barrel game.
Oh, that's
the game. What's up, Carl?
We always mess up our shapes and colors. It's all good.
Yes, yeah.
So I had what I thought was a weird bulge in my belly button area, and I thought, this is kind of weird. I should tell a nurse. Like, my sister's a nurse, so she said, you have to send us a picture and we can look at it. So I'm like, how am I going to take a belly button selfie? I work in a machine shop.
Yep.
So I'm standing there with my new phone, with the camera facing me, holding my shirt up with my chin, trying to take a picture in the middle of this welding machine shop. And my boss comes over. He goes, am I disturbing anything? I said, no. I said, I'm just trying to take a picture of my belly button, which was an even dumber response because I should have just said, hey, I think I have a hernia. Mm-hmm. So, I got the right angle. I didn't have to straddle the phone, thank God, but they did wind up sending me to the hospital, and I did have an umbilical hernia.
Wow. So it worked. It ended up being the thing that needed to be done. Okay.
You should just told your boss it was for your OnlyFans page.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, belly buttons only. I had to have emergency surgery. It was like my belly button, so it saved my life.
No, so there you go. So and that saved you the time. They could diagnose it right over there and get you in for something more serious. But still, I guarantee you, there are people who, inopportune moments, the door opens up and you have the iPhone up your ass.
Right.
What is this, Doc?
Here's a text that says, I almost broke my penis having sex. We've heard of that before. And had to do a Zoom call and show the doctor. It was awkward at first, but she's seen many penises, he says.
But it was his dentist. No, but that's rather common. And if something like that could be taken care of, you know what? Would you feel? Let me ask you. You're in the privacy of your own home. Would you feel even more comfortable in the confines of your own home? You're not in a doctor's office.
I think that the fact that they might be, what might be in the back of someone's mind is this being recorded?
Totally.
Yeah. And can somebody else get their hands on this type of thing?
Of course it's being recorded.
So, listen, I've gotten used to dropping trowel and letting whatever doctors need to do whatever they need to do. And I never look forward to it, obviously, but it doesn't bother me now, but it may have it at another age.
I think for me, it represents a whole new possibility. As you said, Preston, if you go and you show and you're sitting in the office for an hour and a half and you have a time and you've got things to do during your day and so what could be done in 10 minutes takes 2.5, 3 hours. To me, that's a win.
I'm wondering to what extent it'll be because when you go in for almost anything, a couple of things they almost always do are weigh you, check your temperature, just to get a basic vibe on your overall well-being. So I wonder if they're able to, when we return to normal, if they would be able to overlook those couple of things. You know what I mean?
Well, there are things now, by the way, and this is part of where the industry is going, and I saw an article on this, where you would actually have, whether it be through your Apple Watch or your phone, or you'd take your temperature. It would send the data to the doctor in real time, and your vitals, your blood pressure, however, even like a remotely controlled cuff or something.
Be cool.
That'd be able to do it. So yeah.
In order to skip the hassle of going to the doctor, I'd be happy with that in a heartbeat,
Listen,
man.
What if you had something that had to be removed and the doctor talked Rochelle through it?
Oh my God!
Would you? Right? Would you be up for that?
I would have complete confidence.
I mean, she's so good with the YouTube stuff.
Here is a text that says, I have eczema on my hands, which is fairly new. I couldn't control it and did a Zoom meeting with my doctor, and he said, I don't think it's staph. Which triggered me, so I went. No, I think they might have said, I think it's staph, which triggered me, so I went to a dermatologist and did indeed have MRSA.
Wow.
Whoa. So they had seen that. Wow, okay.
I mean, that sometimes that's all it takes, but the notion of someone straddling their computer.
I mean, seriously, I couldn't get over it. I was like, you, really?
Well, are there USB cameras that you can, right? Maybe we'll have one at the ready. If you're calling your gynecologist.
Well,
a little ring light that attaches to your thigh.
Steve, no, that's what I was going to say. She goes, well, I do have the ring light set up anyway for when I do, conference calls and stuff like that. She's like, so it was there anyway. So she had a light. She literally shined a light.
Yeah. I guess you want to know what's wrong with you? Then
I mean, all right. Can you the microphone? Could you please make sure that's inside there? No, I'm losing signal.
If there was if I had to do this, I would have to try and create like a perspective that made everything like look
bigger,
or maybe.
Are you getting it all in the frame? Because I got a whopper here, Doc.
It would have to do something where,
like an anamorphic lens.
Yeah, or all right. So you know how, like, if you're trying to take a picture of evidence, and you don't know Like you
Use
lay a
something for
dollar bill next to it, so it gives it perspective.
So here's what you do, Case. When you're going to your urologist and your junk is being displayed, get the people who take the pictures of the houses for Zillow.
Yes.
They always make them look much bigger.
Yeah.
No, Casey's going to go out and he's going to buy a dollar bill that's a third the size of a regular dollar bill.
Yes.
See? Just make sure like your hands aren't in the picture too, because then you look like you have these huge, giant hands.
Do you ever see like the guys who hold like the TV remote up against their junk, like and like come on. But they should market all sorts of ultra tiny, and you use like a little doll hand to hold it.
Right. Miniature tennis racket or something like that. Oh my God.
God, I'm so big.